Welcome to Pearman Fitness. This is your one-on-one for the week. Today we're going to talk about reps, rest, and sets. I get asked all the time, Johnny, how many reps do I do, how many sets, and how much should I rest? These are three variables in a long equation that we use when we create programs of exercise. The first thing we're going to talk about is rep ranges. When we talk about athleticism and exercise and lifting weights, we have a scale that we go by. On the bottom end, we associate low reps generally with power or strength related activities. So if I'm doing 1 to 3 repetitions, it's more power related. For example, that would be Olympic lifting or lifting fast or super heavy. 3 to 5 rep range is more strength associated. And as you make your way up, the weight normally gets a little lighter and you can do more repetitions, it's a little more safe. We're getting into hypertrophy. That's the third kind of stage up from the bottom. That's 8 to 12 reps. That is where you're looking at gaining that growth in the diameter of the muscle, where you're getting muscle volume. Above that is endurance, so 12 plus reps per set generally is associated to endurance. Remember, these are just numbers laid out for you. There is a lot of science behind them, but when you apply rest intervals in the equation as well, all these things have to be balanced out. Short rests are oftentimes associated to higher rep sets, whereas larger rest is generally associated to power or strength performance type of activities. There's a clear reason for that. If you're doing something heavy and you're moving very quickly, there's a high margin for error. That's why the rest is so important. The more rested you are, the stronger you're going to be, the more coordinated. Whereas if you're doing hypertrophy or endurance related lifts, you can have a shorter rest interval because of the weight. Essentially, you're a little more safe even if you lose that. If there is a deviation that occurs, there's less weight associated to it, so you've got a less likelihood to get hurt. So this scale, this power, strength, hypertrophy, endurance, is not an exact science. We're all built differently. Some of us respond better to higher reps, even with getting muscle volume and even strength. We can't say that if I tell you to do 20 reps with short rest, that you won't in turn get stronger. So these ranges don't imply, if I'm doing just strength training, that I'm only getting strength. You can also get endurance by doing strength ranges. I could do 5 repetitions with 30-second rest interval, which thereby kind of creates this weird endurance strength kind of thing, hybrid. So don't use this kind of framework as a jumping board, a starting point for yourself. Mix your days up. One thing that I would suggest is if you're working out 5 days a week, have one day where it's a low rep range day where it's more strength related. Maybe you're doing 5 repetitions to 8 repetitions at max. Maybe one day you're doing endurance, the day following would be good, where you're going lighter and you're doing 15 to 20 reps, where you're really burning the muscle, but at the same time, you're bringing a lot of blood flow through the body, helping to recover. You can have one day, like let's say you have a day of rest, come back and go into power movements or skill related things, power cleans, snatches, explosive movements, even box jumps. That could be a day on its own where you're doing explosive movement. And then another day could be a hybrid where you're going between a little bit of power, a little bit of strength, a little bit of endurance, and a little bit of hypertrophy. To be honest with you, as far as my reps and my sets and my rests go, at this point, it's all, I intuit everything. I've been doing this for so long that I go by how I feel. I can't recommend that for you to begin with, but at some point after you practice following this framework and you practice with yourself, you'll know when you start a workout as you're getting into it, okay, this day's probably going to be more strength related, or you know what, I really need to push my endurance today. Experiment. Play around. This equation of fitness is open to any interpretation. Find out what you like, but at the same time, make sure to challenge yourself. Thanks for joining Pearman Fitness. Hope you enjoy this one-on-one. We'll see you again soon. Good luck. Bye.